There's so much. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. I'm not sure if you guys heard about this movie that's coming to Pure Flix, I think, but it's starring Mark Wahlberg, and it's supposed to be a big deal because this is Mark's first faith-based film. The film is called Father Stew, so already I know that this is going to be a film about a Roman Catholic leader, and so I already know we're not dealing with Christianity. And this is a big problem that I have with PureFlix. They promote so many films that have no biblical basis at all. And again, a lot of Christians just eat that up. There's a couple of them where I just sit there and I see the promos and I'm like, first of all, Mark Wahlberg, get real, okay? Aside from the very obvious fact that he's involved with Freemasonry, we won't even if you know what Freemasonry is, then you know what I'm getting at with that comment. But this is also the man who is involved with some of the most vulgar movies in Hollywood. The things that this man is involved with, and to step forward and now be involved with this faith-based film. I'm sorry, I smell crap. So this is supposed to be based off of a real actual man who died in 2004, I believe, who was at one point a boxer and then his health was failing and somehow found himself through a series of worldly obstacles in the Catholic system. What I find interesting is Mark Wahlberg made a comment saying that he essentially can relate with the character because he's made a lot of mistakes himself and he had to turn his life around. And this is the problem that I see with so many people who speak out in faith-based films that are celebrities, and also so many messages that we see in Christian films is it comes down to the individual turning their life around, right? It's that classic that I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to do better so I can receive better. I'm going to do good so I can get in heaven. And it ignores the very simple fact of the gospel message. I can't help but think that there is no gospel presentation in this film whatsoever, because that would be giving credit completely to Jesus, right? Like, no credit goes to Mark. Like, it's all for Jesus. And, there's nobody who is in the celebrity realm that is going to actually step forward and thank Jesus, at least not without an Emmy or a Grammy in their hand, right? I just think this is very weird, first of all, to pick up a story from Roman Catholicism, bring on a celebrity who is involved with a lot of really raunchy films and put that on PureFlix. What? And it's such a clear move. And I mean, I have worked in independent film. You get a celebrity, you get a name, and you can attach it to your project. It really doesn't matter who it is because you're going to see a lot of revenue pouring in and all that. But I think there definitely needs to be a stricter standards when it comes to Christian content creation. I do not believe a Christian content creator of any sort should be a sellout. And I have a major issue with a lot of people that come on YouTube and do that. So why would I not have an issue with people who are coming forth in major motion studios? It's just like when we were talking about Redeeming Love a couple weeks ago. It's just ridiculous. I would want to know, Mark, what do you believe? Like, are you even a Christian? So this is another quote that he said that really caught me off guard. And it's, "This was my mission, and now it's needed more than ever." I do not like when people use that type of language, like the gospel is needed now more than ever. No, the urgency for the gospel has been around. As long as men have been alive, there has been a need for men to be saved. But again, when you're very carnally focused and the events of the world are what precipitate your faith endeavors, then yeah, I can see why when a cataclysmic event occurs, it's like, oh yeah, we definitely need God now. And that's why you have everybody, as soon as the pandemic hit, sharing on social media. If my people who are called by my name would humble themselves and pray, if you all remember that trend. But he goes on to say, God has continued to bless me and put me in this situation, very prosperity theology, not to continue to grow and work on Mark Wahlberg, the person, but to do his work. To do his work. Let's talk about that in a minute. But to do his work, and finally giving me the skills and tools to go out and articulate the message he wants me to articulate. I want to know what that message is. Let's talk about the works. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting so worked up. So, when Jesus was asked, we're looking at John 6. It was in verse 28 when Jesus was asked, then they said unto him, what shall we do that we might work the works of God? Jesus answered and said unto them, this is the work of God, that you believe on him who he hath sent. Now, I'm not against good works of any kind. Like, yeah, reasonable service, all these things. But the language he's using, I don't even know if the man is a believer. There's so much. There's so much. Oh, it hurts. It hurts.